rise to speak the words of some of the Aboriginal women in our community who are crying out for help and who are tired of their cries going unheard. Women experiencing violence in their own homes, seeing no way out, yet being given no choice but to wait it out. This is a statement I received yesterday from a young local Aboriginal woman. Over the weekend, I was involved in an incident where I was abused to the point where I was running for my life. I contacted services to be told I would be placed on a waiting list and that I don't fit the criteria. This isn't right. Don't I have a right to feel safe? I don't contact many services, but this time I'd had enough and needed help, only to be told they couldn't help me. I keep to myself and do what I got to do, but Canberra is a place to help people, to allow us to walk around feeling safe and having the right to be free. But that's not happening. Services let me down, and now I live in fear. I don't get to sleep safe at night like you do. I don't get to eat at my house like you do. So please remember me when you all go home at night and feel safe and warm and full with a good feed, because I don't. This statement is from another local Aboriginal woman and is entitled Silence. Not how I thought my life would turn out. I blamed myself for a long time for what was happening to me. My mouth was too big. I was loud. But that wasn't a reason to be bashed and silenced to the point where I was confined and isolated. My children suffered. The only way I could protect them was to silence them and keep them close. My children were my reason to live and plan on my next move, working on getting out. The thought of leaving was scary. I had nowhere to go, but I was determined to leave. If I went to my family, he would find me and drag me back home only to cop a flogging. Times when my kids would be cleaning me up the next morning, covered in bruises, unable to move. My kids were taken due to abuse, and I was broken. I couldn't fight anymore. My body was bruised and now numb. My kids were placed with my family. I stayed away because it was safer for them and for me. Where I'm at now is building a relationship with my kids and trying to heal myself. This third statement is from another local Aboriginal woman and is entitled Broken and Falling. Growing up on missions with elders, family and community, it was safe. We knew our boundaries, we were loved and cared for, and were taught our ways, our law. I was very young when I got in my first relationship, and I was so in love I sacrificed my way of living and gave up what I believed in and moved in with him. Things changed very quickly. I could hardly breathe with the hits. The shouting was so loud and wouldn't stop until I fell and broke, and that was just the beginning. Waking with bruises, unable to move, the silence was deafening. The fear of where he was and what was coming next. Were my kids okay? Who was going to look after them? Oh no, where were my children? It was so quiet. Oh wait, it was still darkness. It was so dark I couldn't see in front of me. It was the darkness of my black eyes and my bloody nose, pillow covered in blood, not tears. My tears never came. There was too much fear. I was paralysed with fear. I kept asking what I did wrong. Shut your mouth, don't fight back and don't cry. Save your tears. Losing yourself in isolation. Where are my connections? Gone, lost, to be no more. Feeling alone and the shame. Bearing the pain. The never-ending bashings. Forever walking on eggshells. Again, who will take my kids? My constant cry from mother's heart is stop. Please stop. No more, it hurts. My children, please help my children and keep them safe. I don't know if I'm going to survive this one. It's a long night. Please hug and kiss my kids tonight and let them know Mum will be home soon. As an Aboriginal woman, for me, it was hard to leave. It's not about leaving the relationship. We leave community, family, and at times our children. Where would I go? There was nowhere. It was all gone for me a long time ago. My songlines were broken. My stories were no more. I was not protected, neither were my children. No one was going to help. I just wanted to be heard and for the pain to stop. Not having to fight to keep my children. The justice system at my door, housing sending letters. I just wanted to be alone. If too many people came, they would find out how broken I was. In closing, I ask my colleagues in this assembly to reflect on these statements. I've been provided with more which I could read if I had more time. It's time for action, and it has been for far too long.